So, once upon a time, on the planet that we now call the Outlands, there was a baby orc named Garrosh, and he was a very sad baby orc because he had orc leprosy. And so his dad, whose name was Grom, sent him to go live in the orc leper colony, and he was very, very sad about this. And then his dad went on to go and murder everything, all the things. He murdered everything, including Cenarius and a bunch of alliance. He's also the first orc to drink the demon blood, so Gary was a sad little orc. And he lived out in the Outlands being sad, and the world exploded and everything, but the little leper colony of orcs, nobody really thought to check in on them. They weren't, all the fell orcs, all the orcs drinking the demon blood, running around going crazy, killing the denial. They didn't really care uh, what the leper colony was doing. So they survived untainted, and they are still brown. Orcs were all originally brown, but then the demon energy made them green. So there was Garrosh just chilling, being sad, because he thought that his dad was a murdering psychopath, and that he was a sad little baby orc. And then Thrall came along, and he was like, hey, I'm not really gonna get into everything that Thrall and Grom did, but he was like, hey, Garrosh, your dad was actually a pretty cool dude, because your dad killed this really big bad demon guy, Manaroth, and that was totally enough to make up for all the other shit that he did. Really, promise. And Gary was like, oh my god, my dad was awesome, and I'm gonna be awesome. And Thrall was like, okay, let's go to Northrend. And Gary was like, hell yes, let's go to Northrend. And so in Northrend, Garrosh just kicked everybody's ass, all the time. He tried to kill Varian a bunch of times. He attended the Argent tournament and was a dick. He was pretty well, it was Gary. It was Gary doing Gary, and Gary does Gary. That's all he knows. That's all he knows. And so, he became such a great war hero. And so Thrall decided that when he went off to go do his thing during Cataclysm, that a good interim war chief would be motherfucking Gary. I wasn't gonna swear this time, but I'm giving up on that. And so he also gave Gary Gorehowl, which was his father's axe that is supposed to howl horribly whenever you swing it, because it catches the air. And then Gary took the horde, and he was like, you know what? You know what would be better? A horde that is more like what my father had, because he has daddy issues really hardcore. In case you hadn't noticed, I'm sure you have. And so he fashioned those giant, lovely shoulder pads out of Manaroth's tusks that used to be tied to a tree right there out in front of the hold. And then he moved the hold, and he rebuilt Orgrimmar after it burned down. And he was like, it's my horde now, bitches. And then he bombed Theramore with a mana bomb, which is like an A-bomb, but with mana. And Jaina was really mad, but Jaina didn't blow up Orgrimmar. So Garrosh was like, woo, victory for me. And Gary heard about Pandaria, and he was like, fuck yeah, Pandaria, that's mine. Because everything is his. And eventually he pissed off everyone. He tried to have Volden stabbed to death in the neck, and that didn't work. And he was basically trying to kill everybody. He's like, he wants it to be old horde because he likes orcs and he doesn't like anybody else. So now it's come to the point where everybody else come together. They're like, Gary, we're sick of your shit. It's time to put you down. So that's where we are right now. We're going into the siege of Orgrimmar, and Thrall's gonna be there, Varian's gonna be there, and this will be the end of Gary Hellscream, our late war chief.